Anti-money laundering UAE, how do you get anti-money laundering? The Anti-Money Laundering UAE has actually issued brand new guidelines on anti-money laundering, AML, and also combating the financing of terrorism, CFT, to increase recognition of the value of sticking to monetary criminal activity regulation. The action becomes part of an ongoing emphasis within the UAE to tackle economic criminal offenses. AML UAE Anti-Money Laundering, AML, is a collection of policies, treatments, and also innovations that protects against cash laundering. There are three major actions in money laundering: positioning, layering, as well as a combination, and various controls are put in place to keep an eye on questionable activity that could be associated with cash laundering. Anti-money laundering controls. Criminalization. Many federal governments, banks, and also businesses enforce controls to prevent money laundering. The very first is criminalization by the federal government. The United Nations Convention versus Transnational Organized Crime has set forth guidelines that help governments to prosecute people associated with money laundering plans. Know your client's financial institutions should likewise have recognize your customer policies in a position to assist prevent money laundering. This entails keeping an eye on the activity of customers and also recognizing the kinds of purchases that ought to elevate warnings. About Anti-Money Laundering UAE certification. The key objective of Anti-Money Laundering UAE training is getting your employees to use the expertise as well as skills they've found out in their training to their work. Anti-money laundering is everything about being proactive and also alert to make sure that the instances of criminal activity are found and also removed swiftly. Insurance coverage and economic specialists use anti-money laundering training programs to familiarize themselves with the procedure of cash laundering. The criminal service utilized to camouflage real beginning as well as ownership of prohibited cash and also the regulations that make it a criminal offense. Guaranteeing your employees have properly learned anti-money laundering, AML, is a crucial part of handling economic criminal offense danger. Significance of Anti-Money Laundering UAE certification in 2021. Anti-Money Laundering UAE program is advised for all staff members who need to comprehend the procedure of money laundering, the regulations that make it a crime, and just how to stop it. This program is suggested for workers of cash service businesses, MSBs, who need to understand the regulations that generate income laundering as a criminal offense. As pointed out over, most service providers require AML training to be finished every 24 months. However, there are some providers that call for AML training to be finished every 1 year, such as American General, Foresters, and also Fantastic American. Training facility in UAE, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Sharjah. If you are looking for an anti-money laundering UAE in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and Sharjah in UAE, you are reading the right article. Zabeel Institute has designed the best anti-money laundering UAE course. Zabeel Institute is well known for delivering several successful batches for the tutorial AML course every year. Zabeel ensures to help all students with all sorts of assistance for their brilliant performance in the exam. Zabeel Institute, established in 1988, is a leading educational and training institute for executives in Dubai. Zabeel Institute is by the KHDA and Ministry of Education UAE. Zabeel offers training programs to professionals from various industries like airlines, travel and tourism, engineering, construction, accounts and finance, information technology, logistics, languages, and management. For further information, please contact phone 00971 43974 WhatsApp 009715052585501. Email mail@zabeelinstitute.ae. Website www.zabeelinstitute.ae. Inquiry https://zabeelinstitute.ae/inquire/